welcome to Truck Stop Murder and True Crime Podcast. Thank you for joining me. And I said it in the past episode, I'll say it again this one. I am so excited to be attending the True Crime Podcast Festival in Boston, Massachusetts, July 18th to 20th, 2025. The only festival that brings together true crime creators, experts, and advocates to promote compassion, empathy, and respect in the stories we tell and consume. The immersive weekend is packed with live podcasts, panel discussions, and meet and greets with some of the most talented creators and fierce advocates in the true crime space. Plus, if you're a VIP, you get exclusive access to private meet and greets and a catered social where you can personally invite your favorite creators, which I will be there. Hope to see you there. Tickets are selling fast. Almost missed out on my hotel room. But so you better start booking now. It's not too long from it. It's just 18. We're talking about 19 days away. So you better hurry up and get your tickets, get your room, and come see us there. Yeah, so don't wait. Use my exclusive code Gary, uppercase letter GARY, for 20% off, and grab your spot now at True Crime Podcast Festival 2025, RSVPIFY. Let me know if you're coming. I would love to meet you. So, now that I got that, and I would love to see y'all. This is my 4th year doing that podcast festival, and I do join it. Lainey Hobbs does an amazing job organizing this. But, so today's episode brings us to New Mexico. We're going to the Pilot Travel Center. Pilot Travel Center 118 is like in the middle of nowhere. It's in Clovis. The actual address is... It's in Clovis, New Mexico, 4100 East Mabry Drive, Clovis, New Mexico, 88101. It's a rather small truck stop. It don't have many spots in it. I think it's like 29 parking spots, but it has all the amenities of a Pilot truck stop. It has showers, ATM skills, all that good stuff. So, and right down the road, I thought about doing this one truck stop that's further down the road, but it's the crime that we're talking about today happened in Clovis. We're not too far. I bet you within... It's a small town. About a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles. I'm from there, and it's in a library. But I wanted to do that one because right next door to it, you have a dispensary. And the first time I parked at that truck stop, oh, it was horrible. The train track is right there. Every single train, every 15, 20 minutes, trains blowing their horn. It was horrible. So, and you're within 100 feet from it, so you can hear it. So, but I can't do that because it's not in Clovis, and Clovis is where the crime happened. There's multiple murders happened. We're talking about Pilot and Clovis. So if you're traveling through there and you happen to be wanting to get you some bud from Texas, which I did ask because you could look into Texas. I asked the dispensary guy there, hey, can't they please sit there in Texas and watch you leave the dispensary, get in your vehicle, come back and arrest you? He says that's entrapment. I don't know if that's true or not because I know it's illegal in Texas. So if you live in Texas, come over to New Mexico, grab your weed and go there. I mean, what's stopping them from? I don't know. But if you're there and you decide to get yourself a bite to eat, you have the Pilot truck food. Now, this is all from Trucker's Path. It's been a while since I've been here, so I'm not really for sure. They say a Subway. There's Love's truck stop, so this Subway is probably at the Love's. I'm not really... I can't see what restaurants are actually at this Pilot. I'm not for sure if there's any, actually. But there's probably a Subway there. So you get bite to eat, or just go down to Love's. I should have done Love's, but I'm already doing Pilot, so... Let's see what people think about this. People actually like this place. Unlike my last episode where people thought the place was a nasty dump. People like this place. I forgot to do this. Is a 4.8 review of 119 reviews. So it's not bad. I like the truck stop. It wasn't that bad. But I'm going to let you know right now. No beer. Don't. If you want beer, you're going to have to get it from somewhere else. You're not buying it here. So, shower, here's the first review. Shower room, big and clean, had a second handheld shower head, which was nice. Pressure was just okay. The concentrating setting sprayed out in 3 different directions, but was enough to rinse. The fan was working, but the ventilation was good. So, They liked it. That was the highlighted, because on Trucker's Path they have a highlighted, and usually it's a pretty old one. So that was 2 years ago. So let's see what happened 27 days ago. Small parking lot, but it's a nice quality. They don't have an actual Dunkin' Donuts. They just sell their coffee and donuts. PJ Fresh food options for hot food. Only one way in and out. But since it's just a small parking lot, there's not much traffic. Yep. 4-star reviews. All good, but no laundry. Another one would give 5 stars, but no laundry. I guess he needs to clean his drawers. Very clean though, not many spaces. It's almost full at 4:20 on a Saturday. Let's see. Here's a 3-star review. Cool spot, just small, nothing else around. Back to that Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, there's a lot of places they say they have Dunkin' Donuts in it, but it might as well be a Dunkin' Donuts. It's not full Dunkin' Donuts where you could get lattes and sandwiches, stuff like that. But they do serve their coffee along with the Pilot coffee, so it's 2 different coffee stations, and they do have donuts. Here's the 1-star review I found. This is full fuel pumps never work. Don't bother. And here's another 1-star review. The Joker says it's closed till 4 a.m. on the 17th of 2023. So here you go. No beer, Ellen Hunk. I guess she was thirsty. But yeah. And here's, I'm not, this is Spanish. I'm gonna try to sound this here. I'll do it. No hay comida, no hay shower, porque permiten adherir un truck stop hasta Atención Pilot Central Office. Someone tell me what that says. I can do Google Translate. I could probably copy and paste, but I want to hear from you guys. I do. I don't get to hear from nobody. And here's the last review. I am leaving this review to let other drivers know that there are local people coming through parking lot a couple times each hour, revving engines loudly, seems deliberate to wake up people. August 2nd, 2022. It was been open since 10 p.m. I did not have that trouble when I was there. But yeah, the rest of the reviews are all, they're barely, here's 2-star review. I know I said that was the last one, but I'm trying to find something entertaining. But like I said, everybody likes this place. Don't ask to, here he goes, 2-star review. Don't ask to make food after 1700 or so. The guy that looks like Sam from Game of Thrones would do everything he can to make you anything. I'll bypass next time in town. Well, I guess he could just take, oh, here it is, 1-star review. If maybe he just goes Loves, which by the way, I got one of them jalapeno cheddar burger hot dogs, and they are good. Here you go, 1-star review. If I want service, I recommend the Loves just down the street. Tried to get a shower here about 03:30. Car kiosk wasn't working, so I had to go to the cashier. The late fat boy lazy cashier was wandering around the store, ignoring me as I waited at the register. He knew I was there. He looked at me several times. He absolutely would not do the simple task of running my Pilot card for a shower. There was nobody in the store the whole time. Definitely not busy. About 15 minutes of standing at the register, I left, which is what Lazy Boy wanted. He was about 8 feet from me when I turned around and left. Just about the crappiest service ever at Pilot. My question is, if he was so close, couldn't you say something? That's what I want to know. I would have said something. The guys walk around, I would say, excuse me, can I get a shower, please? Something, not sit there looking like a moron. All right, let's get to the case. Today's, like I said, it's in Clovis. It's the Clovis library shooting. On August 28th, 2017, a mass shooting occurred at the Clovis Carver Library, a public library in downtown Clovis, New Mexico, USA. The gunman fatally shot 2 people and injured 4 others. He was identified as Nathaniel Jewett, a 16-year-old student at nearby Clovis High School. I think Jewett. If you want to watch a good video on this, go to EWU Body Cam. He has the video, because he did make some videos before he did this. He also has all the body cam of the police officers going to the library, him going around shooting. They didn't show no murders, nobody get hurt, but they did show everything he needed. But yeah, go check him out. He does really good stuff. EWU Body Cam. So go check that out. You can watch the video. You can watch this all after you get done listening to my episode. There you go. But yeah, so on the shooting, on the day of the shooting, the suspect recorded 3 videos at his home where he announced, this was the videos I was talking about, where he announced his planned massacre. In the video, he apologizes for his upcoming actions and tries to explain his motivations, in which he cited various factors, as in bullying, mental illness, and suicide thoughts. The suspect entered the library at 4:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday, August 28th, 2017. That is actually 1 year after my marriage anniversary, and 2 years after the passing of my mom for breast cancer. Which no, I'm sorry, I got around 17. We were married in 2006, not 2017. So it was 11 years after. But August 28th, 11 years. We've been married 11 years. I add 10 to that. But yeah, I went into the restroom. There, Jewett uploaded a photo of his camera bag containing his father's guns and ammunition to his social media. The uploaded video photo also displayed a time of 04:10 p.m. Over the original photo, a caption attached to the photo says, "It begins." Shortly after he walked out of the restroom, he pulled out a .380 caliber handgun from his bag and began shooting. At the time of the shooting, it was unclear how many people were in the library, and Jewett seemed to fire randomly at individuals and parents with children tried to flee. And let me say that again. He seemed to fire randomly at individuals and parents with children who tried to flee. In a span of 6 seconds, Jewett is Jouett. Jowett. I'm gonna say Jowett. Randomly fired 14 rounds from his .380 caliber handgun indiscriminately. During those 6 seconds, he fatally shot 2 people and injured 3 others, including a 10-year-old child. Surveillance footage captured him walking around the library, shouting at people to run. After he was, you can see that on the video, calling them fucking idiots. After he fired those 14 rounds, eventually Jewett he placed the .380 handgun back in the bag he was carrying and pulled out a .45 caliber handgun. He proceeded to wound one more person before firing 4 more times through a door, trying to hit someone who barricaded himself. In total, he fired 14 rounds from the .380 caliber handgun, 6 rounds from the .45. Jewett wandered around the library without firing any more shots, and eventually encountered a man who had returned to the library while on the phone with 911. The shooter told the man to put down his phone. The man told Jewett, oh, I can't say that name, that someone was looking for him. The suspect turned around and threatened a mother and child before walking towards where the man was pointing at. Soon after, the police arrived. According to an eyewitness, the gunman entered the library and shot into the carpet, shouting, "Run! Why aren't you running? I'm shooting at you! Run!" Before he began to move about the room, shooting at people. Another witness claimed that he looked happy, that he was just laughing and smiling the whole time until he came up real close to me, and then he put on the mean look. The police received multiple emergency calls. About 15 minutes after the first call came in, police received a call from suspect's father, who told them that the suspect has taken his father's gun from the safe where they were kept from, and left the house. So that's his father called. It's like, because he went to the safe and saw that his guns was missing. The suspect surrendered immediately when police arrived. He did not struggle with the officers. He told the police that he had been planning an attack for a while and that he had intended to shoot up the school before killing himself. So the victims is two people, Wanda Walters, 61, and Christina Carter, 48. Both library employees were killed. Christina Carter was a youth librarian, and Wanda Walters worked at the desk. I believe that's where you find books, I believe. 4 people were wounded, who were identified as Howard Jones, 53, Jessica Throne, 30, Alexis Molina, 20, and Noah Molina, 10. Alexis was shot 3 times while shielding her brother who was shot once from gunfire. So she was a brave girl. I mean, like still probably yeah maybe I think it was sister, but yeah sister. I just said that. According to public radio station KUNM, although the Associated Press usually refrains from using the names of juveniles, it chose to publish Nathan Jewett's name because of the seriousness of the crime and because authorities are seeking adult sanctions. Now, the information I'm reading it from, it says he's 16, but the video that I watched said he was 17. So he's either 16 or 17. I'm not for sure, but either way, he's still a juvenile. Curry County District Attorney Andrea Reeb announced prior to the trial that she intended to prosecute Jewett as an adult. The suspect made his first court appearance on August 31st, 2017. Jewett was indicted on September 8th, 2017 for 2 counts of first-degree murder, 7 counts of child abuse, 4 counts of aggravated battery, and 20 counts of assault with intent to commit violent felony. In April of 2018, a judge denied defense request to transfer Jewett from prison to juvenile facility and ordered that he go a mental evaluation and assessment so that his mental health needs could be addressed. On October 17, 2018, Jewett pled guilty to the shooting. On February 15, 2019, Jewett was sentenced to 2 concurrent life sentences with the possibility of parole plus 40 years in prison. Jewett is currently incarcerated in the Leah County Correctional Center. Under original circumstances, Jewett would be eligible for parole after serving 34 years in prison. But under a 2023 law restricting life sentences for juveniles, he will now be eligible for parole after serving 25 years. Family members of the two, of course, they're suing. The family members are two are of the wounded victims filed a lawsuit against the perpetrator's parents and his psychiatrist, which he did go to psychiatrist and talked about being depressed and having mental issues, and they kind of shrugged it off. But there you go. There's the shooting. There's the case of the Clovis library shooting. Not very. Just a pretty short episode right now. But if you want to see more about it, like I said, go to EW Body Cam, on YouTube. I don't think I mentioned that at EWU Body Cam. He has a more. I'll put the link to it on the notes so you can check it out. Check this video out. So, with that being said, I'll end this. Don't forget the podcast festival. I always get lost at the end. I don't know what to say at this end of this podcast. I need a co-host. I haven't said it in a while, but man, what did I do with a co-host? I would love it. I always get tongue-tied at the end. And I'll move on, Des, where I can hear you bitching at me now. But yeah, don't forget the podcast festival. If you like the storytelling, rate and review wherever you're listening to. I do have a Patreon. You can check that out if you want. I'm going to try to get more active. I think I'm going to end my trucking business in December. My lease is up. I might try to do this full time, but we'll see if the boss lets me. So, and as always, you can't fix stupid, but you can numb it with a 2x4. I'm out of here.